Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. I begin in the name of Allah, the All Beneficent, the All Merciful. Nafsul Mehmoom, a heartrending tragedy of Karbala, by Sheikh Abbas Qummi. Chapter 10, Muslim ibn Aqil's departure from Makkah in mid-Ramadan according to the discourse by Mas'udi. Irshad. As quoted by Mas'udi, Muslim ibn Aqil, peace be upon him, reached Medina and offered prayers at the Masjid-e-Nabawi and bade farewell to his household. He took along with him 2 people from Bani Qais as guides to direct the way and left. They took a wrong road and hence lost the way. They became thirsty and could no longer walk further. The 2 men who had escorted Muslim died due to severe thirst, but they directed him to the way before dying. Muslim advanced further and stopped at a renowned halting place called Maziq and dispatched Qais ibn Mushir Saidawi with a letter to Imam Hussain, peace be upon him, which read as follows. Now then, I left Medina accompanied by 2 escorts as guides, but we lost the way and became intense thirsty, and the 2 associates died because of it. We proceeded further until we found water and hence saved ourselves and this place called Maziq in Batne Jannat. I consider this to be an ill omen. If you deem fit, please relieve me and dispatch someone else to pursue this task. Salutations. Imam Hussain, peace be upon him, replied to him, Now then, I fear regarding your excuse to relieve you from the task for which I sent you is due to fright. Therefore proceed further towards what I sent you. Salutations. When Muslim read the letter, he said that he did not fear anything for himself and proceeded further. He reached a water place which was of Bani Tai and dismounted there and then proceeded further. Suddenly Muslim saw a hunter shoot an arrow towards a gazelle who came into his sight and killed it. Thus Muslim said, Allah willing, we too shall kill our enemies thus, and then proceeded further. As is written in Murjuz Zahab, that he, that is Muslim, entered Kufa on the 5th of the month of Shawwal. According to the narration of Tabari, he resided at the house of Mukhtar ibn Abu Ubaid, and the Shia came to visit him. Then, when a group of people gathered, he read the letter of Imam Hussain, peace be upon him, to them, hearing which they started weeping. Then Abis ibn Shabib Shakiri arose, and after praising and glorifying Allah said, Now then, I do not speak for the people, nor am I aware as to what is concealed in their hearts, and thus I do not want to deceive you. By Allah, I only say that which is in my heart. By Allah, I shall respond to you whenever you call out and shall fight your enemies by your side. And in your presence I shall strike them with the sword until I meet Allah, and I do not intend anything except Allah's favor in lieu of all this. Then Habib ibn Madahir Faqasi stood up and said, May Allah's blessings be upon you. You have revealed concisely whatever you had in your mind. I swear by Allah, besides whom there is no other deity, that I too am of the same belief as of this man, referring to Abis who preceded him. And then he repeated what Abis had said. Hajjaj ibn Ali says that I asked Muhammad ibn Bashr that did you not reply to him, that is Muslim? He replied, I desired that Allah would grant success and esteem to my friends, but I did not appreciate being killed, nor did I like to utter a lie. Irshad. 18,000 men swore the oath of allegiance to Muslim, and hence he wrote to Imam Hussain, peace be upon him, informing him about their oath and invited him to come to Kufa. This letter was written by Muslim some 27 days before his martyrdom. The Shia visited Muslim quite frequently, and the place of his whereabouts became known. Nu'man ibn Bashir issues warning to the people of Kufa. This news reached Nu'man ibn Bashir, who was made the governor of Kufa by Muawiyah, and Yazid too had let him remain in his place. He ascended the pulpit and after praising and glorifying Allah said, Now then, O slaves of Allah, Fear Allah and do not make haste in spreading mischief and discord, for it will result in the murder of men, bloodshed, and confiscation of wealth. I do not fight the one who does not confront me, nor do I advance towards the one who does not advance towards me. I do not vilify you, nor do I call for account anyone by mere suspicion or accusation. But if you turn your face away from me and break the oath of allegiance, or try to oppose your Imam, then by Allah besides whom there is no other deity, I shall then strike you with my sword until its hilt remains in my hand, even if there does not remain my supporter among you. Yet I hope that those among you who know the truth are numerous than those whom falsehood will ultimately destroy. Abdullah bin Muslim bin Rabi'a Hadrami, who was an ally of Banu Umayyah, stood up and said, "The mischief which you now see will not cease except by the use of force, and this attitude which you have towards the enemies is that of the timid ones." Nu'man replied, "If I remain timid while obeying Allah, then I cherish it, then remaining mighty while disobeying Him." Saying this, he alighted from the pulpit and left. Abdullah bin Muslim came out and then wrote a letter to Yazid ibn Muawiyah saying, "Muslim ibn Aqil has come to Kufa, and the Shia have pledged the oath of allegiance to him on behalf of Hussein ibn Ali. Then if you desire that Kufa should remain under your domain, dispatch a powerful man who would implement your orders and act according to your command. For Nu'man ibn Bashir is a feeble man, or is deliberately showing as weak." Ammar bin Uqba and Umar bin Sa'ad bin Abi Waqqas too wrote similar letters to Yazid. When these letters reached Yazid, he called for Sarjon, the slave of Muawiyah, and said, "Hussein has sent Muslim ibn Aqil to Kufa, and people have started pledging their oath of allegiance to him, while Nu'man is a feeble man, and there are other bad reports regarding him. According to your opinion, whom should I nominate as the governor of Kufa in his stead?" During that period, Yazid was annoyed with Ubaidullah ibn Ziyad. Sarjun replied, "If today Muawiyah becomes alive, would you listen to his counsel?" Yazid replied in the affirmative. Sarjun produced a letter of Muawiyah appointing Ubaidullah ibn Ziyad as the governor of Kufa, and then said, "This is the advice of Muawiyah, for when he was about to die, he intended bestowing the governorship of Kufa and Basra both to Ubaidullah." Yazid agreed and sent a message to Ubaidullah. Then he called for Muslim bin Umru Bahili, the father of Qutayba, and handed over a letter in the name of Ubaidullah, whose contents were as follows: "Now then, my followers in Kufa have written to me that the son of Aqil is gathering troops to spread rebellion among the Muslims. Then when you read my letter, hasten towards Kufa and search for the son of Aqil as if you were looking for a bead until you find him. Then bind him in chains, either kill him or banish him from the city. Salutations." Yazid also gave him the authority for the governorship of Kufa. Muslim bin Umro proceeded until he reached Ubaidullah at Basra. As soon as Ubaidullah received the command and authority, he ordered to prepare for the journey scheduled for the next day. An account of the personality of Nu'man ibn Bashir. It is appropriate that here we discuss in brief about Nu'man ibn Bashir. His name is Nu'man ibn Bashir ibn Sa'ad ibn Nasr ibn Salaba Khazraji Ansari. His mother is Umrah binte Ruwala, the sister of Abdullah bin Ruaha Ansari, who was martyred along with Ja'far ibn Abi Talib in the Battle of Mu'ta. It is said that Nu'man was the first child among the Ansar, that is the helpers of Medina, to be born after the Prophet entered Medina, just as Abdullah ibn Zubair was the first child to be born among the emigrants after the Prophet's entry into Medina. His father, Bashir ibn Sa'ad, was the first person to swear the oath of allegiance to Abu Bakr in Saqifa, and likewise the other Ansar followed suit. Bashir was killed in the battle of Ainut Tamar. along with Khalid ibn Walid. Ain Tamar was a campaign carried out during the Caliphate of Abu Bakr in a view to expand his dominion. Nu'man was from the family of poets and being a follower of Caliph Uthman, hated the Kufans because of their love for Imam Ali, peace be upon him. He was the only Ansar who had accompanied Muawiyah in the Battle of Siffin. He was considered respectful and of high regard in the eyes of Muawiyah, thus Yazid too liked him. Nu'man remained alive till the caliphate of Marwan ibn Hakam and was the governor of Hamas. When people started swearing the oath of allegiance to Marwan, he invited people towards Abdullah ibn Zubair and opposed Marwan. And this incident occurred when Zahhak ibn Qais was killed in Marj Rahit. Marj Rahit was a battle fought between the followers of Abdullah ibn Zubair and Marwan ibn Hakam. Marwan won the battle and thus his caliphate was secured. But the people of Hamas did not pay attention to his call and thus he fled from there. They pursued him until they found him and ultimately killed him. This happened in the year 65 after Hijrah. As regards Yazid calling him a feeble man and a slanderer, it has been quoted by Ibn Qutayba Dinavari in his book Al-Imama wal-Siyasa that it was so because Nu'man ibn Bashir had said that the grandson of the Prophet is more dear to me than the grandson of Bahdul. The grandson of Bahdul was none other than Yazid ibn Muawiyah, whose mother Maysoon was the daughter of Bahdul Kalbiyya. Ibn Qutayba is Abu Muhammad Abdullah bin Muslim bin Qutayba bin Muslim bin Umro Bahili, and this Muslim bin Umro is the same person who was sent by Yazid to Ubaidullah, nominating him as the governor of Kufa.